Hello and welcome to our worldwide coverage on day 2 of the Melbourne Commonwealth Games of Artistic Gymnastics from the Rod Laver Arena. And in this session, the women's medals will be decided in the teams competition. A huge roar from the capacity crowd as the gymnasts make their appearance. There will be 8 teams contesting this final tonight. A subdivision of the women's teams event was held earlier today. South Africa topped the rankings there at the end of competition on 155 points, ahead of Malaysia on 141.95 and India on 129.4. Now South Africa, as I said, topped the list, 155 points, but I think it's going to take probably 175 points to win medals in this competition. Australian Olympic and Commonwealth Games representative, 3-time Commonwealth gold medal winner Alana Stater joins me in commentary. Australia has won the last 2 gold medals at Kuala Lumpur and Manchester. You were a member of those teams. Can the girls do it tonight and retain the medal?
I certainly hope so. I mean, our girls are looking very polished. They're clean. They've got the difficulty. They just need to put it together, all together on one night.
8 teams, as I said. Australia, New Zealand, Northern Ireland, England, Canada, Bermuda, Scotland and Wales. There will be 2 teams on each apparatus through the rotation, so it's going to be crowded, it's going to be busy, it's going to be action thick and fast, so we'll do our best to keep you abreast of everything that happens. There's been some controversy. Beth Tweddle is not competing for the England team. She was injured in final podium training in a fall in her dismount from a vault, injured her right heel.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our
her name has been left on the start list specifically so that she will get a medal if England either finish first, second or third.
I mean, it's great that she's going to be out there supporting the team. You know, they really do need that extra support from Beth. She is the team leader. She's the most experienced of the girls, and it's a big shame for England to lose such a big part of their team. But they're still looking strong, and we're having a look at our Aussie girls. Minette Russo, our team captain of this team.
Well, there's been an injury cloud over Minette Russo too for, a number of weeks now, but the good news is she is going to compete on every apparatus.
She's going to compete all 4 events. She's not quite up to her full capacity of difficulty, but she has changed a few things around to still have enough difficulty to give the all-around a big battle.
The Australian team being introduced, and as you expect, with a home crowd in Melbourne receiving an enormous ovation. The defending gold medal champion in the women's artistic teams. Now, there are 8 teams, as I said, ideally 5 members to every team. Only the best 4 compete on each apparatus. That doesn't necessarily mean it'll be the same 4 on every apparatus, but only the best 4 compete on each apparatus, and only the best 3 scores will count. Now, for England, with Beth Tweddle not competing, they'll be down to 4.
They have to compete everybody, but luckily they still have 1 score spare, so they can throw it out if there is a mistake.
Unlike Northern Ireland, who are the only team here competing the minimum 3, so every score for those girls will count.
Added pressure for the girls, but I think the Northern Ireland girls, you know, are really aiming to go out here and have a bit of fun. It's great to be a part of this loud session with the Aussies in the same competition.
As I said, there are 2 teams on each apparatus, and for the purpose of the exercise, an unlikely sporting marriage, Australia and New Zealand have been coupled together, Canada and Bermuda, Scotland and Wales, Northern Ireland with England. And for the first rotation, Australia and New Zealand will be on vault, Canada, Bermuda on uneven bars, on beam, Northern Ireland and England, and on floor, Scotland and Wales. 2 teams of judges for each apparatus.
We've got an A panel, and they're going to work with the difficulty of every gymnast routine. They add up all the elements they have, any connection value, and make sure they have all the special requirements and come up with their difficulty value of their routine. And then they have a B panel judge, where they are going to take the deductions. So we call them the takers. You know, they're the mean guys in the competition, if you want to have any mean people. But they'll take the deductions for artistry, composition, and, you know, bent legs, bent arms, you know, all those sort of things, and add them up together, and then you get your final score. So you will not see the 10. There's no perfect 10 anymore. You'll be seeing open-ended. They're trying to create world records for gymnastics.
So, teams are now warming up. They have a couple of minutes to acquaint themselves, familiarise themselves, realising that it's been 48 hours since the gymnasts were on this centre arena. They've been in the training gym, that's sure, but this is the big arena, massive crowd. A different layout on the floor, not as spacious as it is for some gymnastic contests. So it's a bit of a tight squeeze down there, particularly with 8 teams, with all of the judges and all the camera people and all of the other officials. It's a very, very intense, competitive atmosphere.
But it makes it good for the crowd that they are nice and close. They feel every emotion with the gymnast. They feel like they're in there with every moment, experiencing, you know, the ups, the downs, and everything in between. But Australia is lucky to be sharing with New Zealand, because I remember in Manchester, we actually shared with England, and they were our biggest rivals. And to be sharing with the team that you're rivaling with was certainly made for an interesting competition.
England without Beth Tweddle, who are we going to be looking at?
Everybody's strong in that team. You know, they're pretty much level. But you've got Imogen Cairns. She came to World Championships. You've also got Siobhan Church, who trains in California and competes for Great Britain because of dual citizenship.
This is Jenny Hanna from Scotland, our first competitor on women's final night.
Double pike to start a full routine off. Round of 1.5 twist through to a double twist. She might have just stepped outside the floor area there. 0.1 deduction if she has. Triple pirouette. Nice cover up there on the landing, straight into a pose. Last tumbling pass, 2.5 twist, landed very cleanly.
"14-year-old Jenny Hanna from Scotland."
She'll be happy with that. Lead off girl, nice and consistent. Scotland has a great start. Let's have a look at a double pike in slow-mo. Knee slightly bent, but landing very nicely. We'll see if she stepped out here at this angle. Or tough call. Some mean line judge may call it out, but she's just on the line.
She looks pretty happy. Big occasion. On the vault, Australia and New Zealand, first turn on that apparatus. New Zealand going first. This is 17-year-old Olivia Jobsis from New Zealand.
Schenko layout. Just a small hop on landing, 0.1 deduction there. Not a high difficulty valued vault, but if it's performed cleanly, then she may still get a good score.
Favourite apparatus is uneven bars. We'll see how she goes when she gets to that. But all things considered, not a bad effort on the vault.
Still just needs a bit more power, better body position in the air. But ready to move on to twisting Yushchenko.
And the score for Olivia Jobsis, 13.250. And that's the sort of score that's going to be required all night here. And for Jenny Hanna, 13.30 on floor.
Yushchenko full twist. Good landing. Just a small movement of her right foot.
Belinda Castles, the veteran, I guess, of the New Zealand team.
She's done well with this vault. Just a little bit of knee bend in the air, initiating the turn. But she'll be happy with that. The teammates look happy. Wave to the crowd at home.
Enjoying the competition at a 14.00. It's a good score for Belinda Castles. Anything in the high 14s to mid 15s.
Certainly what we're looking for tonight.
That's what
you're going to need. It's going to be required to get the team score up there and into the medals. And to make the all-around as well, and any apparatus finals.
Canadian Olympian Gail Mackey.
She's the only Olympian from Canada on this team, so she's the most experienced out there. She has been struggling with injury in the last year, but I know she's been working really hard. She's been looking good in training.
Canadian champion here before last, 17 years of age.
Both of her parents did gymnastics. It's in the bloodline.
A little bit of a halt here. As we said, there's a new judging system in force, taking just a little longer to tabulate some of the scores.
That was the jury, Kim Dowdle. Obviously a question from the A panel judges on the difficulty value of the routine.
That probably is not going to be an uncommon occurrence through the evening.
Stall to shoot to the high bar. Free hip. Blind change. Korkina. Toe on half to eagle grip. Nice piked Jaeger. She's working well. Blind full or slight middle body adjustment. Shoot to the low bar. She's got the dismount to go. Double front from eagle grip. Oh, she's on a bottom. She's not kicking it over enough. Such a nice routine. There's the Canadian team for the men that won last night supporting their girls. They'll be hoping for another medal.
Encouragement from the coach, don't let this get you down. It was a good routine, it just didn't go quite right at the end.
There's the first release move, Korkina, made famous by Svetlana Korkina, queen of the bars. Close-up of her hands. Letting go, re-grasping. Just how tough it is to catch that bar again. Nice overshot of the Jaeger and pike somersault. She mustn't let that fall get to her. I mean, it is costly. It's 0.8 deduction now in the new code of points. but she's still got 3 events left, and Canada doesn't have to count that score.
Georgia Servant of New Zealand on the vault runway.
Handspring front pike. Large step on landing. Good height. Let's have a look again. Bit archy on the actual table itself. Sounded very upright, just needed a little bit more length. And she didn't open out much before she landed. It'll incur a bit of a deduction there. And slightly off centre. It's unusual for a vault that required no twisting at all. It should be perfectly straight.
Third at last year's New Zealand Championships, Georgia Service, 16 years of age. Happy enough. Now, Gail Mackey, will she be happy with her score on the uneven bars? 13.1.
She's still the top ranked so far with that fall. Imagine what she could have done without the fall.
Well, she'd have been a 14+ score without that.
And that's what Canada is looking for. That's what all the teams out here are looking for. Scores in the 14s. She's got a pass and she's out to the bathroom.
Now we're moving to the beam. Northern Ireland, Katie Slater.
Katie was at the last Commonwealth Games in Manchester. It's great to see that she's back for another Commonwealth Games. She's marking a beam up. A lot of the gymnasts make marks on the beam so that they know where to start certain skills from. There's no point making it before they get up there because other girls may rub it off.
And again, just a slight delay as we wait a score, an adjusted score for Belinda Castles. It's been reduced from a 14 to a 13.8.
The jury obviously wasn't very happy with the high-valued score. Front salt, stuck nicely. Flip layout, step out. Back salt. Ring leap head not released enough to be paid. But she's working confidently. It's a good sign. Front aerial. Change leg leap wolf jump. Nice connection. 0.1 for that mixed series from the front aerial to the change leg leap. She's got a nice look to beam. Very elegant. 1.5 pivot. A bit wobbly. It's only wobble for the day. The gymnasts are required to at least sit on the beam or touch some part of their leotard, and that was it. Oh, very interesting dismount. Haven't seen that before. Again, a full twist off the end of the beam from a run.
For now, member of 4th place team at European Championships representing Scotland, Rosalie Hutton.
Here's the flip layout. Just a slight bend of that knee. Front aerial, change leg leap, good connection. that dismount off one leg, gainer, full twist, and piking down. Shoulders a bit lower than landing, but that's something very different, and that's what the judges want to see. Something new, something different.
Ready for the score to come up for Katie Slater in the meantime. We're going to the uneven bars, and the star turn for Canada, Elise Hoffner-Hibbs.
Deep breaths, calming her nerves. That's what competition is about, really. Keeping those nerves under control.
Hoffner-Hibbs, 16 years of age. She's from Toronto in Canada.
Jump to handstand, perfectly performed into a heck somersault. The 0.1 connection for those two together. Toe on 1.5. Pike Jaeger working very smoothly. Blind full, toe on full, overshoot to handstand. Struggling a little bit there to keep it going. Winding up for dismount, double layout. Just a hop on landing. Great routine.
Finished 10th on the uneven bars here at the World Championships last November.
You can see why, world class. Jam-packed with difficulty. Close up of the hands. There's a toe on 1.5. And the Jaeger, there's the catch. The pirouettes are nice on top of the handstand. That's where you want them to finish. Winding up for dismount. Double layout. Legs apart a bit, a little bit bent, but just one small hop. Canada needed that score.
Well, she's the trailblazer for Canada. She blitzed them at the Canadian selection trials. Slater, Northern Ireland, 13. The score for her on beam. 13.00. Not happy. Going to the beam now, and
First of
Siobhan
England.
Church, born in the USA, competing for England.
Siobhan is a very elegant gymnast. Very artistic.
It's like the song says, she's got the look.
You're absolutely correct there. Full turn with leg horizontal. Don't know if it was kept up enough.
Born in Van Nuys, California, still lives in the US.
Sheep jump, small bobble. She does intend to keep competing for Great Britain all the way through to 2008. Front aerial. Aerial cartwheel. She's off.
Expensiveness.
Expensive for England.
That's a 0.8 deduction, we should point out, under the new scoring system.
It's a surprise because she looks so confident and so solid. She only has a dismount to go. Round off double pike. Apart from that fall, she was doing very well.
Yeah, she's an impressive all-round gymnast, Siobhan Church.
Will you please welcome Lynette Lyle?
She got flexibility. She's got the dynamics.
parents both UK citizens, just that she was born in California. She's got two sisters. They were both born in the UK. She's got dual citizenship as a result of being born in the USA, and obviously could have or could still, I guess, at some point compete for the USA if she wished.
There's a double pike. Just that one step.
She finished first all around, first on vault, first on uneven bars in the British selection trials for these Commonwealth Games. Off the hips at 14.9. Gosh, that was for her routine on the uneven bars.
That's the score to beat if they want to qualify into finals.
Let's go to Australia's Chloe Sims now on the vault runway.
Sukahara 1.5. It's a very difficult vault for the women. She'll be glad to be on her feet. Peggy Lydic looking very happy. Good height, a little bit messy in the air. Oh. Bit hard on the knees on that landing. She wasn't quite finished.
Didn't step out though.
Stayed in those tram tracks.
Trains at the Queensland Academy of Sport. Chloe comes from Brisbane, born in Toowoomba, 15 years of age. She's won a host of junior age championships.
.05 for her first vault and 14.5 for her second. They should have taken the second vault for the team. And Siobhan Church, 13.2, penalty of 0.3. She didn't need that.
We should, I guess, point out that those gymnasts endeavouring to qualify for the vault final must perform 2 vaults in this team competition, but only the first of the 2 vaults counts towards the team score, not the second. But they must perform the second to qualify for the individual apparatus finals. Helen Galashan, one of the twins from Scotland. I think Carol is taller by 5 centimetres. And that's not Helen Galashan.
That's Wales.
Yes, that's the Welsh team.
Waiting for floor.
You can go up when you're ready.
Samantha Bailey of Wales.
Team at the Commonwealth Youth Games from Wales, Samantha Bailey.
A little bit of confusion there.
Round of flip, full in pike, first pass, stepping out of the floor. 0.1 penalty. Popa. Front pike step out to lay up for twist. Double pivot. Required leap series. She's working well to music. Taking a breath before a last tumbling pass. Double fly. Oh, rebounding right out of the floor area.
17-year-old Samantha Bailey, she was certainly enthusiastic. And the crowd equally so as this competition begins to unfold. And not just a contest between Canada, Australia and England. One slip and these other teams will be right in there. Now, this is Minette Russo of Australia on vault. Bronze medalist at the World Championships.
Schenko half on, Pike half off. Landing outside the tracks. Overhead view. Half on. That's where she goes crooked off the horse. Her feet just leaning off the side, anticipating that turn at the end. There it is, off to the side. But overall, a very good vault. Good amplitude, great dynamics.
Struggling to overcome an ankle injury. There was a question mark as late as a week ago whether she would compete on all apparatus. And a 14.250.
Very good score.
Let's get back to the beam and Imogen Cairns from England.
And for the second Commonwealth Games appearance, representing Wales, Melanie Roberts.
England needs a good score here. Front aerial, big wobble. Flip layout. Oh, another big wobble. Aerial cartwheel. Very nice. A nodie. Oh, huge wobble. Can she save it? Hand goes down the beam to fall. Leap series. Flip full. She just has to keep going as strong as she can. Beam, you have to be 100% effort. Round of 2.5 twist. Just step on landing.
Imogen was here 18 months or so ago, competing in the Commonwealth Youth Championships at Bendigo in Victoria. She won gold on vault there and silver on floor. The look on her face says, I could have done better.
She certainly could. Let's have a look. Flip layout. She had a wobble here. I can just see she's off to the side, but she saves it.
It's up 13.1.
That's not going to go for the gold medal.
Well, I think, I was about to say, in fact, before the score came up, I think that England are showing the pressure of...
Big wobble. Ooh, to stay. 0.5 wobble. Costly. Oh, she thought she had it. Relaxed too early. A lot more pressure is put on these girls now that Beth's out.
That's correct.
Nice flip full. Change leg leap. Side tummy. She's a bit wobbly, but she is inexperienced. It's a lot of pressure to handle your first major event. Dismount, double back salto. Dismount was very good.
15-year-old Hannah Clues. Glad that's over.
That was definitely a look on her face. But Beth giving her a hug. Beth's job on the floor tonight will be to keep these girls mentally together. You've got to give it to her. She fought so hard for that. The side summy, shoulders a little bit down. But altogether, performed well. Dismount, double back, a little bit cowboyed. But she did well with the landing. Sigh of relief as Beam is finished. 12.45.
That was for Samantha Bailey, I think that score. There we are. It's 12.450 for Samantha Bailey of Wales on the floor. It'll be a moment or two yet before we get a score for Hannah Close. Close or Clues? I think it's Clues, properly pronounced.
It is very hard to begin on beam or finish on beam, and as the girls will get the most nervous for this apparatus.
12.9.
You can see that her execution is right down there in the sevens.
So this is a very shaky start for England without Beth Tweddle. After the first rotation, they have scored down the list alongside the Canadians and Australians. So they've got a lot of ground to make up with 3 apparatus remaining. There's Beth Tweddle putting on the backpack, about to pick up the crutches again. What an unfortunate blow for England, if this should be the case. Gold medalist in Manchester, senior member, captain of the British team.
And she was the defending Commonwealth Games bar champion.
Australia.
Team. The leotards look beautiful. Australia had a strong start on vault, but this is where the test begins, at bars.
Australia fielding the full team of 5. After the first rotation, team scores will be interesting. Australia on top, and clearly so. 43.450 ahead of Canada, 40.60. Whilst we've been occupying ourselves somewhat with the fate of England, Canada haven't done near as well as I would have thought through the first rotation.
They must have had a couple of mistakes on the girls we didn't see, and Australia clearly ahead. But you've got to remember that vault is a higher scoring event because it's had the least amount of changes.
And New Zealand right up there, and if there hadn't been a correction to that score for Belinda Castles, they'd have been ahead of Canada.
It's interesting, but anything can happen in a competition.
Don't we know?
Canada and England may have many strong events to come.
Australian and New Zealand teams, having presented to the judges, leave the platform. Individual scores headed by Elise Hoffner-Hibbs of Canada. Ahead of Australia's Holly Dykes, Naomi Russell, Monette Russo, Chloe Sims, and then New Zealand's Belinda Castles, Becky Downey of England, and Alice Barnett of New Zealand.
That's why Australia's ahead. 4 of the girls are in the all-around.
Solid performances.
And there's our leader, waiting for a turn on beam.
This rotation, Scotland and Wales will be on the vault. On uneven bars, New Zealand, Australia on the beam, Canada and Bermuda, and on floor, Northern Ireland and England.
Apparatus independent of one another. You can follow the progress of individual gymnasts on the Amiga events board located on the podium at each apparatus.
Having her warm up,
as well as on the main
Elise.
scoreboard. On the main scoreboard, the top line identifies the subdivision and rotation. We are in subdivision 2, rotation 2.
Confirmation there on screen of which nations are at which apparatus in the second rotation.
And Australia is in a very good position, competing second up on the apparatus each time, because they get a look at what Canada does, see the scores that they post, and then have got to better it.
Look, it's something to aim for every time. Canada, of course, have already posted one gold medal in the men's team competition at this time yesterday, with Kyle Schufelt, Grant Golding, Adam Wong, David Kikuchi, Nathan Garfuik snaring the gold medal from ahead of Australia, with England taking the bronze.
Australia going for their third consecutive gold medal in the team event here. And I believe they'll be the first country to do it if they do.
That's right. Canada won the women's teams event when women's artistic gymnastics were first introduced to the Commonwealth Games, 1978. There was a break then before gymnastics returned, and in 1990 the Canadians were once more successful. England won the teams competition in 1994, and Australia the last twice, 98 in Kuala Lumpur, 2002 in Manchester.
Thank you. That completes your floor warm-up time.
Interestingly, in competition over the history of women's artistic gymnastics in the Commonwealth Games, Australia and Canada have each won 10 gold medals. England 5, New Zealand 1.
She is making her first Commonwealth Games appearance. Will you please welcome from Northern Ireland, Catherine Ward.
We're going to vault first, and this is Rosalie Hutton from Scotland. Oops.
Just having a warm-up.
Oh, it was a warm-up. Okay. I thought we were ready to kick off there. I've gone off early. Now, this is Rosalie Hutton.
Sukahara in a tuck full twist. Good job on the landing. Did still need a little bit more amplitude. You can see here, tucking those knees early. Surely big deductions for length. Deductions for the legs being apart in the air. But she's on her feet. And she's happy about that, smiling.
Beam now, Canada, Alyssa Brown.
Front salt mount, solid. Front aerial. Standing layout, step out, layout, step out. Knees bent on both of them. 0.1 for each time. Front salt, back salt, good connection. Leap series. Change leg leap to change leg side. Having a think there before her next skill. Flip step out, flip to 2, double pike.
Oh.
Just pulling a little bit too hard. She obviously thought that she was lower to the ground than what she was.
And she's distraught. The coach says, never mind.
Our next competitor on floor, competing at her
From Oakville, Ontario,
Games, representing
16 years old,
Katie Slater.
Alyssa Brown.
Here's the mount. She might have been trying for a pike somersault, but the legs just never getting to that full straight position. Top view, front salt, you can see perfectly straight. Back salt slightly off center, but holding it. That'll have a connection value of 0.1. There's a dismount, flip to 2, to double pike, legs apart, just pulled way too hard. Landing with her feet right in front of her. You can see from side view here. There's the feet, too far in front. Shoulders down at her knees. Can't do anything but roll backwards. Major mistake to make. The pressure mounts onto the next few girls.
Coach Carol Orchard was biting her lip as she walked through that shot there. There's a score for Rosalie Hutton of Scotland, 12.9 on vault for her.
Words of encouragement for her fellow competitors.
Alyssa Brown walking away as she awaits her score, 13.45. That's pretty good under the circumstances.
Fairly good under the circumstances. She's got a great difficulty there of 5.9, but as you can see, just down on execution in the 7s.
.214, Gail Mackey, the Olympic representative for Canada.
Change leg leap wolf jump, required leap series. A nodie, it's a small wobble, breaking that connection. For an aerial, she's off. She's going to keep her composure. Back salt, Corbett, good connection. Slightly crooked there on that full twisting flick to swing down. Some interesting moves there, pulling right up, showing the strength in her back. Flip full. Oh, she's off again. Once you put your hands on the beam and your leg up in the air, there's nothing you can do. Change leg side. Interesting choreography there. The dismount to finish. Round up double back. Oh, landing in squat position. Not a good routine for Gail. She won't be happy. Here's that flick full to swing down. You can just see she doesn't go right over the top. Showing her flexibility. And same here. The flip full again, same mistake. Just not going right over the top, splitting early. There's nothing she could do. And the dismount, just not enough height, landing in a deep squat.
Looking anxious, as well she might.
Well, Canada really didn't need that. They're going to have to throw her score away.
We're only in the second rotation, but both Canada and England at this stage are going to need to finish very, very strongly.
They will, and it's very hard to do over 4 events. She looks anxious.
The England gymnasts are about to commence their routines on floor, just warming up at the moment. So the leading pair for Great Britain have got a big job to do. Siobhan Church and Imogen Cairns in particular.
Just saw there, Gail Mackie, 12.15 for her beam routine. That's a low score for Canada.
It's putting a heavy weight on Elise Hoffner-Hibbs, where the Canadians are concerned. She's good, we know that, but she's going to have to be very, very good to try and lift the Canadians from here.
Can she handle the pressure, especially on that piece of apparatus, the balance beam? It is only 10 centimetres wide, or as we like to refer to it, a house brick. Last words of encouragement from Amanda Kirby.
Coach, not an enviable position to be in at big finals like this. Trying to keep everybody's confidence up, even when, you know, things go awry on one apparatus. Trying to keep an eye on other teams as well, know exactly where your athletes are positioned, what's required. Trying to keep a running tally, kind of keep an eye on the scoreboard. Figure out what sort of performance your athletes need to produce on any given apparatus to keep themselves in the contest.
They also have to keep very calm themselves because the gymnasts feed off their emotions.
Hannah Clues of England, 15 years of age.
She's looking a little nervous.
Now let's get her on floor. Won a gold medal in the British Team Championships. Representing England, Hannah Clues.
Round flip full in. Doing well. Step on the landing, but staying inside the floor area. One and a half twist. Round of flip, double twist. Good landing. Good choreography, working well to music. Third tumbling pass. Lateral twist. A little bit low, a little bit long. Change leg leap. Couple of steps and change leg side. This is last tumble. She must stay on her feet. 2.5 twist, she does.
More at home than she was on the balance beam.
She's done a good job for England, leading them off strong. Amanda's happy.
She's getting
Here's a slow motion replay. The first tumbling pass. There's a full twist in the first somersault and a back salt in the second. Couple of steps on landing, but she's on her feet. Here's the full twist forward, just twisting a bit too early, traveling very long. The last tumbling. Row, 2.5 twist, feet crossed in the air, slightly off to the side, but just manages a small hop on landing. And you've got to watch out for an interesting connection. The handspring mount. Aerial cartwheel, lay out, step out, lay out, step out. Oh, she's off. This is not good news for Canada. It's a hard connection though. The only girl in the world to be doing it. She's just got to hold the rest of the routine together. Illusion turn. Front salt. Beautiful height. Double turn. Stays on. A small wobble. Just a dismount to go. Double back. Nice dismount.
Well, she did well to rescue that.
She's got a 14.1. Still a good score with a fall.
Might have been a 15 otherwise.
This is Naomi Russell. Good first connection. Shapka to pack. 0.1 bonus. Sky high. Look at that. To Tkachev. Free hip. Blind change. Another sky high release. Jaeger. I think they're the highest in the competition so far. Blind full, just a dismount to go. Double full twist out, stuck landing!
Huge roar from the hometown crowd in Melbourne for the young Australian girl Naomi Russell.
First major competition, she's done well for Australia. She's only competing on tour events and she's finished for the day. Her job is done.
Proud coach Peggy Levitt taps her on the back as she walks away. Great job. They're all smiles.
Winding up for a dismount. Full twisting double back. Stuck landing. Look at the smile. She can't believe it. Handwork there. Jaeger, she's totally out of frame. And then the regrasp.
Well, that's an outstanding performance by Naomi Russell. And whilst both England and Canada have just struggled a little bit, the Australians have continued to perform consistently.
They started on a roll and they're just going to keep on going. I think they're on fire.
And I've got to say, Naomi Russell can continue performing above herself there, producing something really out of the box.
She doesn't have huge difficulty, but you can see the potential. I know she's been working on some releases linked together. 14,
yeah,
3-5.
3-5-0, that's terrific.
Her job now is to cheer the girls on, give the corrections, and sit and wait. Inside Stolter to handstand.
Holly Dykes.
Stolter. Another sky high release. Australia, huge flight elements. Jaeger in pike position, just hanging on. Short of the handstand. Pack salto, very nice. Push. No, just got to go again. And again. You can hear the words of encouragement to teammates. She's got the dismount. This girl has beautiful toe point. Don't fall out. Landing.
Outstanding again. The young girl from the Gold Coast, Holly Dykes, 15 years of age.
Family moved to Canberra to pursue her gymnastics dreams.
They moved to Australia from Scotland originally. Dad's a motocross, was a motocross champion.
She did have a small error there on the low bar. Keep repeating that stick to handstands.
From the British Team Championship.
There's the pack salto. Separation of the feet. Running up the dismount. Again, another double back full twist. Australia nailing their landing so far. I know the girls work really hard in camp. I know we did. We always worked on stuff landings.
I'm happy, she said. And she hasn't even seen the score yet.
She should be happy. These girls are performing fabulously under pressure. Most of them haven't been in a major event before.
Jessica Gazzi from Wales on the fourth runway.
Sukahara full twist. Doing a good job. There's the full twist, wraps around.
She won gold on vault at the Northern European Championships last year, this girl. Big sideways step, unfortunately.
That's a relatively difficult vault.
Tough vault. She'll still score quite well. Is that 0.3 for stepping out there?
No, it's only when they land outside those tracks that they have a deduction. She'll just have a deduction for step and a 0.1 for off direction.
13.950. Back to Australia.
Chloe Sims.
And the uneven bars. Still awaiting the score for Holly Dykes.
This girl is talented, but can be inconsistent. Stolter, sometimes Stolter, and then missing that second one. Oh, landing on the board. This will be the score that they'll want to throw out.
And won't be throwing out her score on the vault. First apparatus, she had a 14.05. This is a good result.
Inside Stolter half. Jaeger. Overshoot to handstand. Just got a dismount. Short of the handstand there. The small second landing. She looks a little distressed. She would have been looking to make a final on that apparatus.
Now next competitor on the floor is the medalist in the World Cup competition. Representing England, please welcome Imogen King.
class. Stuck. Nailed it. One and a half twist. Through to double twist. She's expressive. Double pivot poker. Triple twist. Performed very nicely. Feet around. This is last tumbling class. She must be on her feet. 2.5 twist, she is.
Imogen Cairns from England, tall girl, a full head taller than
Ladies and gentlemen,
most of the girls.
Please, that there is to be no use of flash photography during the competition.
This is one of her favourite events, floor, as well as her next event, vault. The 2.5 twist. Slight under rotation, but she covered it well.
And a clue score from earlier on floor for England, 13.350. We said some of the scores are taking just a little while to come to hand.
Nanette came third in the all-around at World Championships last year. First individual medal for Australian women's gymnastics. She was also a finalist on this event. Chloe Sims, 13.2. Still not a bad score with a fall. Can she hit this? There's a new skill. Line 1.5. Jaeger. She was late on that turn, 0.5. Toe on full. Overshoot handstand. She's a little short on the handstands. Toe in half. Double front. It's a small hop.
The reigning Australian champion, Monette Russo.
Good performance.
Still going to be a high-scoring routine.
You can see here the hand placement's 1.5. You see she's very late. There will be 0.5 deductions for that. But she's done well. She's kept it moving. Regrouped after the fall from Chloe Sims.
And I'm being now from
There's the half turn before the dismount. Double front. Just a small hop. She'll be 18 later in the year.
Was it okay? No. Yeah, it was fair.
It's so hard to tell when you're up there yourself if it's okay. I think that would be a yes from everyone else.
And at this moment, it would be the Chloe Sims score that Australia would discount. Imogen Cairns of England on floor, 13.850.
She's a current leader on the individual apparatus qualification on that apparatus. Still waiting for Manette's score.
No, you're right.
Judges tallying.
Scribbling away there frantically.
They have so much work to do these days. I've been given much more work in this new code of points. A lot of adding.
Well, they're scribbling. I thought it was all done by computer.
Oh no, they still have to write down every element.
14-8.
Great
Wow.
score.
Gymnastics that completes your second rotation. Please move to your third apparatus.
Well, that's the highest score for any gymnast on any apparatus so far tonight.
No, there was one girl above her in the qualifying into bar finals. Hoffman Hibbs.
You're right, yes. So that ends the second rotation. We're halfway through the contest here to decide the women's team gold medal.
I think Australia's really taken a big lead.
Yes, Hoffman Hibbs had a 14.9 on bars. Monette Rousseau a 14.8, the two highest scores of the night.
I think there's going to be more of a battle between silver and bronze, provided Australia keeps consistent. But that's just my personal opinion.
Well, the fact is, Australia coach and gymnasts were concerned coming into this meet.
They'd had some injury worries with Monette and some of the other girls, not having the experience and dealing with the pressures of a home crowd. I know what that's like. Sydney was huge.
They did gain a bonus with the non-performance of Beth Tweddle for England.
That's right. The door was open, so they got to reach out with both hands and grab the opportunity, and it looks like they are.
They are doing it. We'll update the team scores for you very shortly.
Thank you. Please present to the judges.
Australia, 86.85.
That's a big margin, isn't
It's
it?
huge.
Over 6 points clear.
I don't think they can catch them.
And Wales in third place, 80.15, ahead of England, 79.8, then Scotland, 79.4, and New Zealand, 79.350. South Africa and Malaysia, the two of the teams that competed in the first session today at this same point, at the halfway point of their competition, were in 7th and 8th places as things stand.
There's the leading team.
And as we move to the third rotation, the Australian team will be on beam, along with their New Zealand counterparts. On vault, we'll have Northern Ireland and England. On uneven bars, Scotland and Wales. And on floor, Canada and Bermuda.
It's almost like a repeat of Manchester, isn't it? Australia taking a huge lead.
Yes.
And just taking off with it.
Yes, a little more unexpectedly, though, I think, on this occasion.
Well, Australia does have the poise and presence.
But we're only halfway home. On the individual standings after two rotations, Australia at the top of affairs with Holly Dykes and Monette Rousseau. Good performance, Holly Dykes, to be heading the list at this halfway stage in the individual qualifications. Elise Hoffman-Hibbs of Canada third, Naomi Russell, Australia fourth, ahead of Chloe Sims of Australia fifth.
Australia's right up there. But Elise Hoffman-Hibbs is only 0.05 behind, fighting at their heels.
This session features the second of two in the women's team competition. There are 8 countries competing in this session. While there can be up to
Australia
5
now gets a rest.
team,
It's good they get to rest after each time they perform.
The top 3 scores from each apparatus are combined to create.
Yes, and while they get to rest, they can keep an eye on Canada. Of course, Canada will be first up on floor in this rotation.
Elise is one to watch out for in this apparatus.
And they're just confirming which countries are on which apparatus in this third rotation. In the individual tally will qualify for the individual all-around final in 2 days' time. And the top 8 qualifiers on each apparatus qualify for the individual apparatus finals next week.
There's Australian flags everywhere in the crowd, on cheeks and flags, hats.
Well, it's a long way to travel, I guess, for spectators from many Commonwealth countries. It's an overwhelmingly hometown crowd, I would say, probably 90% would be, if not Melbourne residents, then certainly Australians. But all over Melbourne, wherever you go, there are groups of interstate tourists and overseas tourists, many from New Zealand, of course, and quite a group from Papua New Guinea, the Pacific countries, from Malaysia.
You'll also find that other athletes from different sports who compete in the second week will come and watch and support their fellow, countrymen. There's some Canadians in the crowd.
This is the first time tonight we've seen Jeanette Kurbis from Canada, and she's first up for her country on floor.
Opening with a double layout. Only girl in this competition to compete one of them. Front tilt step out through the double twist. Little shuffle on the landing. Double pivot. The gymnasts are required to do some movement or dance close to the floor. Front aerial. Looking right at the judges. Change leg ring.
Jenna won the all-around at the Texas Invitational only 6 weeks ago. Important meet, noteworthy result for her.
Double pike dismount. Oh, she's too much power. She's on her back.
18-year-old Jenna Kurbis gets a big round of applause.
Let's have a look at this mistake.
A powerful effort, but not mistake-free.
Just pushing her feet right in front of her. She slips and she's on her back. Too much power.
That's going to get better, but we didn't have enough time for it because we just squeezed this thing.
Carol Orchard, the Canadian coach.
Giving her corrections.
Sure. It felt really good. It was really good, but if it's here, you got to take one step, okay? And all your things just turning and then down. So you just have to take a point and just remember that, okay?
Positive comments from the coach at all times.
That's what it's about. You want your gymnasts to keep positive while they're on the floor when they still have more apparatus to go. She still did a huge double layout in the first pass.
This is Katie Slater from Northern Ireland on the vault runway.
Yushchenko layout, a little bit piked in the air. Good height, good rotation. She's ready to move on to twist that vault. Nice and straight. Very long step. That'll be a 0.3 error. Let's have another look. Yeah, she's got good repulsion. Look at that height. She's definitely ready to move on.
It'll be close to about a 13 for her, I'd say.
Our next competitor on floor has been
Well, 12.75.
She's a good floor worker usually. Full in pike. A little bit crooked, but doing well. Personality and style. To an up twist and smile. This is artistry. Look at that flexibility, showing it off. Jade Focus look. Oh, slipping but keeping it up on that front layout. Let's hope she stays on her feet this time. Double pike. Oh,
No.
She's down. And outside the floor area. Just no full. Bit of break dancing, backspin. I can't believe she was down on that double pike.
Well, it was a terrific routine, but more costly deductions.
She had major height. Just didn't spot the landing.
From Langley, not Langley, Virginia, Langley in British Columbia.
Let's look at this first tumbling row. Twisting a little bit early. That's why she's off to the side, leg split. But she stays on her feet. She was entertaining though, and that's what the floor routine's about. Being entertaining while combining the difficulty. One and a half layout. Oh, slipping over there. Here's the double pike. Same mistake as her teammate. Pulling way too hard. Feet in front of her. No chance at all. Scoreless.
Come on, Alyssa.
Score for Tina Kurbis, who we saw on floor prior to this, 12.750.
Could have been a score in the 13s. That's what Canada needs.
This is Belinda Castles for New Zealand, 19 years of age.
Oh, around the side, but getting her feet on. That won't be paid the tuck full. Cheated at the beginning. Feet not around at the end. Oh, slipping one foot down the side of the beam. Just not rotating it enough. And then she's off.
Belinda was in the New Zealand team in Manchester 4 years ago.
Oh, nasty fall.
Oh, really caught her shin as she came off the beam. New Zealand team finished 4th in Manchester. They're going to be struggling to replicate that here.
Not with routines like that. But hopefully her teammates have done a better job and they don't have to count it. It's never nice to fall from the beam like that though, slipping away down the side. Back salt. She's just a little shaky right now. But who wouldn't be if they've had
Well, that
a
shin
foot slip off?
smart.
Just a dismount. Let's hope she stays on her feet. She is. Large step on landing.
Belinda Castles of New Zealand. Unfortunate fall from the beam there at her second Commonwealth Games.
Here's the mount. You can see it went round the side. She did hold on to it.
Competed at the World Championships here 6 months ago.
Her right foot was not getting it on. It wasn't too bad in the end. She did get her hands on first, but not pleasant for that toe that slipped off. Feet crossed and double twist. Large step. She'll be happy that routine's over.
11.55. Well, in the medal chase, nothing less than 14s is going to cut it. And that applies here as well. Gail Mackie at 12.2 for her floor routine.
You'll see the penalty there of 0.3. That's because more than one body part went outside of that white line. Not looking happy with herself.
This is Hannah Clues of England on vault.
Yoshenko approach, full twist in the layout position. Steady vault.
A little half step on landing, but otherwise, no argument.
Top look at it. She's nice and straight. She's ready to move on. Add another half twist on there. Leg separation onto the horse. Slight knee bend in the air. But a good vault.
And it's worth 13.8.
But this is the girl we want to watch on floor. Elise Hoffman-Hibbs. The only girl to do 5 tumbling passes that I've seen in the world.
And she'll need every one of them tonight.
Representing Canada, Elise Hoffman-Hibbs.
Hopefully it's not too much for her and that she can stay on her feet in all 5. She's got personality. She has the performance. Triple pirouette. First pass. Full in pike. It's good because of a bit forwards. Double Arabian. Oh, beautiful.
She likes it.
Double pivot to scale. Bit of a shuffle there. Tuck full. That's that little third tumbling pass. She's lively. She's got the power. She's got entertainment value.
Got the crowd mesmerised.
1.5 lap full twist. She's out. But it was a good tumble. Still might be enough though, as long as she stays on her feet. Double pike. Oh, just. That's what happens when you got 5 tumbling passes. It's tiring.
Well, huge reception.
That's good on her. First girl in the world to do 5 tumbling passes. The 5th one, only a small one, but it's still energy zapping. Slightly forwards.
Well, this is
Second.
a performance that Canada needed.
Stunning double Arabian. She's happy with that line.
Warm-up time has begun.
There's her artistry. Staring down the judges. 1.5 lap full. Knees slightly bent and outside the floor area. That's only 0.1. It's better than falling. The double pikey a little too early, rebounding forwards.
But for all those marginal errors, she recovered immediately.
Absolutely.
Didn't falter.
She didn't. She did a good job for Canada.
And boy, they need it. Getting to the midpoint in this third rotation. Let's go to England's Siobhan Church on vault.
Answering pike half. It was a good vault. replay. There's a half turn. Slightly off direction. Only a 0.1. Good push, good height.
Fierce concentration on her face as she hit the ball.
She enjoys this apparatus. She's strong on it. 13.6.
And for Hoffner Hibbs, not as good as I thought it might have been. 13.55.
But it is always hard to get a high score on floor because there's so much to deduct from. She is still the second highest scoring girl on the floor, so that's just goes to show that the scores aren't necessarily as high on floor as the other apparatus.
This is Olivia Jobsus of New Zealand on the beam.
Nicely done, Blanche.
Warm-up time has begun.
Change leg leap. Acro series, flip layout. Sheep jump, dropping that left shoulder. Front salt. Lift of the leg. She's keeping control with what she's got. Front aerial. Side salt. Oh, she's off. Just dropped her shoulders. A result of turning too early. And she was just so close to a dismount. 2 moves away. Double front. Just on her feet. A deep squat landing like that is a 0.5 deduction. But that element is very difficult to perform.
Olivia Jobsus from New Zealand scores 13.1. So Australia next up on beam.
Chloe Sims. Jump to handstand. Well controlled. Change leap, split jump. Required leap combination. Front summy. Small adjustment, but doing well with it. She's got nice lines. Front aerial. Handspring. Back salt.
Beautiful.
Solid. Full turn with a leg up. Might just be counted. We have to wait and see. And Nodi. Oh, just not fighting enough for it. It's a difficult skill because you do complete a half turn in the air. Side salt. Big skill for here. Front pike. She's got a massive dismount here. Let's hope she stays on her feet. Double front. Oh, 2 steps backwards. Big squat on landing.
Not quite up to her best form, Chloe Sims.
Seen her do better. She's not happy. Shaking her head.
Well, she was the star at the Commonwealth Youth Games 18 months ago. She finished first in the all-round and on vault, beams and bars.
Is representing Bermuda at her first Commonwealth Games. Please welcome Caitlin Mello.
But this is a different level of competition.
She just has to remember that floor is next, and it is one of her strongest events. That back salt. And again, very high. Here's the dismount. Leg separation is very wide. 0.3, 0.5 for the sit, and 0.2 for the steps. Many more deductions than what the skills actually were. She might have to rethink that element.
So that's probably going to be a low 12s.
Possibly. I mean, it really depends on what her difficulty was played.
Imogen Cairns of England on vault with a big job. But she certainly looks confident and up to the task.
Shenko 1.5. Doing well with it. Knee slightly bent in the air. But she's on her feet. Top view. Leg separation. See the knee bend. The 1/2 twist. The large step on landing. She's got great height though. .14.5 though.
That's a good score.
It's a very good score. You see, she also tried for vault finals. 13.75 on a second vault.
Now let's go to the uneven bars. Rhian Pugh of Wales.
Rhian came all the way out to Melbourne last year for World Championships and then injured herself on the dismount of this apparatus and has been out for quite a while with a stress fracture in her back, so she's not quite up to full capacity. Inside Stolter. Stolter to Tkachev. Now this is interesting. Not many girls do that. Stolter full. Stolter. Stolter hecht. Intricate work.
She was the winner of this event on bars at the British Championships last year.
Just an easy dismount. She's obviously changed it. Not quite ready for that new upgrade.
Well, protected to protect the impact, I guess, on the injured back.
But she's done a good job here. I mean, she's got such a different routine, and that's what the judges are looking for. Someone to be innovative when they're doing a bar routine. The hands. There's the hecht up to the high bar. Stolter half into an endo. And a lay up front to finish. Once she's got a big dismount, then she'll have a great routine. Still getting a 13.65 though.
Yeah, good score. .13.95. That's a good score for Chloe Sims as well.
Considering the fall, she just got big difficulty.
Well, did we speculate high 12s? And it's high 13s.
That'll be to do with the quality of Australia. They do have the difficulty and they do have the quality. So it's only really when they make a mistake that they have the deductions. But this is the first major international competition with this new scoring. So we're still trying to tell what is a great score.
An affirmative nod at the coach and her teammates for Holly Dykes.
Deep breaths. This is Holly's favourite apparatus. She loves to train it.
Our next competitor is the youngest in the women's competition. Representing Bermuda, please welcome Casey Griffith.
She did well at the International Challenge, Australia against Great Britain and the Ukraine last year. Won the all-around, finished second on floor, second on beam, fourth on uneven bars. A very memorable result for her.
Just having to wait for the score to come out for the previous competitor. Parents in the crowd. We're told she's wearing "Go Holly" on her shirt. Proud parents. Last minute advice from national coach Peggy Liddick. Peggy's done absolute wonders for Australian program of gymnastics. Coming here in '97, really giving confidence to the Australian team. Peggy was the coach of the all-inspiring Shannon Miller, being gold medalist at the Atlanta Olympics.
She's a tough taskmaster.
She certainly is, I can vouch for that, but I wouldn't want anybody else filling those shoes, because Peggy does such a great job with the girls. Jump to handstand. Aerial cartwheel. Good girl, slightly off. Corbett salto. To jet a half. That was beautiful. This girl just works with perfect execution. Every muscle stretched to the very end. Nodi. Doing a good job. Aerial. Flip layout. Great connection. Point 2 for that connection she just performed. Nice full turn with leg at horizontal. Front salt. Tiny wobble. Sheep jump.
Oh, this has got the crowd enthralled and on the edge of their seats.
She is just stunning to watch. Double back dismount. Oh, good job. The crowd loves it. Oh, Mum. So pleased she stayed on. Good girl, Holly. Peggy's so excited.
Well, quite rightly. Coming towards the end of the third rotation, and that effort is going to help Australia consolidate its position.
First ever Commonwealth Games team in Manchester 2002. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kalena Astwood.
Let's have a look on the replay. There's her mount. Jump to handstand. Front walk over. Slight wobble there, but here's the front aerial. Flip layout connection. Gorgeous. And the dismount. She only walks into this dismount. Does such a great job. Legs together. Little bit of an extra bend of the knees.
Well, Mum,
Oh,
look at this.
Look at this, the tension.
Oh, I
So
feel
worried.
ill.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
15.5.
Don't forget the .5.
That's so important.
Oh, that
Much
is
relieved.
just an exceptional score.
That'll be very hard to beat. Although Australia's ahead, this pressure is still on to post a a good score from Annette because she still wants to qualify for beam finals.
Oh.
Just simple jump onto the beam. It's the main acrobatic series. So layout, step out, layout, step out. Solid as a rock. Front aerial. Change leg leap. We break there. They won't connect that. Corbett full. Split jump, straddle jump. Jump combination that's required. Front salt. She's moving well. Change leg leap, half turn. Just a dismount to go. She's got a combination. Flip step out, flip to 2, double pike. Oh, just managing to stay on her feet.
But stay on, she did. Just one moment of unsteadiness in the routine, but apart from that, outstanding. Well, Holly Dykes set a tough mark to beat.
Here's an accurate series. The layout, step out, 0.1 bonus.
Let's see this from another angle.
This is the angle we all want to see. Dead straight. Here's the Corbett full. She's on tonight. And the dismount from behind. Slightly crooked. Pulling that double pike around. She's lucky she's on her feet, fighting hard.
And confidence in her stride as she turns away from the beam and heads off for the final rotation to determine the medals in the women's team competition. Score to come for Manette Russo on the beam, and then a quick tabulation of the team positions is going to reveal Australia in a very, very strong position.
They're comfortable. They're just got to go out and enjoy this last event because no one can catch them.
14.55. That's a pretty fair measure of the young lady that went before, Holly Dykes, 15.50. What a score for her. And here are the team standings. 131.05 for Australia. That's 9.05 margin over England.
No way they can catch Australia.
But what a good job England have done through the third rotation.
They have. They've jumped up big time.
Now in second place ahead of Canada. Then Wales and Canada in equal third position. The Canadians have got some work to do.
Got some big work to do. I mean, Wales is finishing on beams, so 50-50 on whether they'll hit everything. I think Canada will be stronger on vaults, provided they hit, and they still will come out with a bronze medal. But great job for Wales, right up there.
Scotland 6th. South Africa, who competed in the morning session, or the earlier afternoon session, rather, are still in 7th place in the overall team standings. So we move to
final rotation.
Final rotation, and we're going to have Canada and Bermuda on vault here. Northern Ireland and England on uneven bars. Scotland and Wales on beam, New Zealand and Australia on floor. Individual standings, Holly Dykes at the head of affairs, courtesy of an enormous routine on the beam, 44.55, Monette Rasso 43.60, Elise Hoffner-Hibbs of Canada 42.55, Imogen Cairns of England 41.45, and then Chloe Sims of Australia 41.20, Hannah Clues, Becky Downey and Melanie Roberts from England and Wales respectively, rounding up the top 8 in the individual standings at the moment.
There's our leader. How exciting for Holly.
Of course, in the men's team finals last night, Canada won the gold, Australia the silver, England the bronze, but in the overall qualifications, Josh Jeffress of Australia topped the list.
It'd be great if an Aussie could top the list both times.
Absolutely.
There's Holly's mum. Go, Holly. Let's have another look at Holly's mum while she's competing.
Holly's mum's a star.
She is. Big, deep breaths. It's just so hard for the parents. They see so much hard work go in. They see the tears, the joy. And then they get... Peggy. I think she's excited.
Peggy's a good judge. She knew straight away that that was a 15-plus score.
Absolutely. Peggy actually sat the Brevet Judges course in America as one of the top.
Maybe all that glitters will be gold tonight.
We certainly hope so. I think they will. They've just got to enjoy this last event, keep it together and qualify for some finals.
On floor. And Monette Rasso will be the last of the Australians to compete. So in all likelihood, it'll be down to her performance.
Please welcome Olivia Johnston.
To determine whether or not Australia does hold on to the gold. Olivia Jobs is from New Zealand on floor.
Gorgeous triple pivot. Illusion turn. Double front.
Oh, bad luck. Oh, off the floor altogether.
Too much power. Couldn't control it. Whip through the double twist. Got some interesting choreography. This is last tumbling pass to go when the competition's over for her. What has she got? Double pike. Sitting it down. We've seen a few of those tonight.
Well, if only she could harness all that power, keep it under control.
Then she'd be in business. Let's have a look. There's a double front. Shoulders are just way too far forwards. And she just has to keep running outside the floor area. Anxiously awaiting the score.
She knows that there are some costly deductions in there. resigned to her fate, I'd suggest.
I think so. I mean, 0.8 for a fall, 0.3 for running outside the floor area, and 0.1 for every one of those steps that she took.
Gail Mackie is about to attack the vault runway.
What does she have in store for us?
Canada clinging to the bronze medal position at the moment.
Jenko full twist, a little bit short on that rotation, jumping forwards. Not a great day for Gail today. Let's have a look. Yeah, she just doesn't get enough propulsion from the horse. You can see she's quite close. Bent arms, body position on the horse. Overall lacking dynamics. She just needed a bit more.
.5.
Hopefully they'll be able to cling on to the bronze. This is Elise. Jenko full twist.
That's better.
Much better dynamics. You can see the difference. The lift from the horse. Here's it in slow-mo. There's the lift. Big vault. Hop backwards. An upgrade is going to be there very shortly, I'm sure of that.
Well, that vault could be the difference between bronze medal or fourth.
It's going to be tight. It all depends on what Wales has done on beam. Now she's going to attempt a second vault to try and qualify for vault finals. Jenko half on, front somersault off. Good girl. Finishing off a great competition.
Second vault won't count towards the team competition, will towards the qualification for the individual apparatus final. First vault scored a 14.10.
Tucking a little bit early off the horse there. Not quite enough length or height, but still a good vault overall. Hopefully enough to qualify her into vault finals.
Well, the Canadian team are going to be... there's the score, 14.10.
Come on, bring it on.
The first vault that counts towards the team score. And the Canadians are going to be finished their performance and then have to sit and watch Wales, particularly, who are challenging them for the bronze medal.
Can't see Wales posting high scores like Canada have on vault, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Olivia Jobsus scored 11.3 and turns away in disappointment, but she knew that that's about what it was worth.
And this is going to be the last competitor for Canada.
Alyssa Brown. A lot riding on this vault. She too will have two vaults. The first will count to the team total. The second in her effort to qualify for the individual apparatus final. It's the first one that counts in terms of tonight's competition.
What has she got in store for us? Let's hope it's something brilliant. Canada is needing a huge score. Schenko 1.5. It's big. Just like that step-on landing. This girl has power.
Well, it's a good, solid scoring ball. We'll wait for the score. This is the one that counts for the team final.
Great lift. There's the 1.5. Slightly bent legs approaching the landing. 0.3 error on the step.
Which means it's probably going to score high 13s.
Oh, no, it'll be in the 14s.
You think so?
Because the difficulty is higher than Elise's vault.
You're the expert.
I certainly hope so. Just the way they've been scoring vault tonight, I'm sure that's the way they're going to go.
Well, we're going to the beam. And Scotland, Carol Galashan. Oh, off straight away.
That's harsh. She still has a whole routine to complete.
One of the Scottish twins, Helen and Carol Galashan.
Fine aerial. Very nice.
Helen competed at the Manchester Games. Carol was out injured. Carol competed at the Athens Olympics, and Helen was out injured.
A wobble there and a change leg ring. Aerial cartwheel and she's off. So 2 falls. That's 1.6 automatically. Bit wobbly. Losing confidence. Just a dismount, round of double twist. It's a bit low, a bit short. Not a good end to the day.
Still awaiting a score for Canada's final performer of the session. Here's her second vault, the one that counts towards qualification for the individual apparatus final.
Handspring pike half. Shoulders very low on the landing, slightly off center. Shakes the head just. There's the push. It's high, she just doesn't keep her shoulders rotating, lands outside the tracks.
And I got a feeling you were spot on with your evaluation of the first vault. 14.5.
That's why I've done the judges course.
Will it be enough for Canada to hold on to the bronze medal? They can only sit and watch now because their fate is in the hands of the Welsh girls.
They can't do any more but sit and play the waiting game.
Australia warming up on floor for their all-important last apparatus.
There's our physio, Karen Faulkner, keeping our girls in one piece.
Australia 9 points plus leaders in the team competition after the third rotation over England, with Canada and Wales equal in third place. That was at the end of the third rotation. Canada have had their last shot on beam. The Welsh about to have their last shot on beam. Carol Galashan, as we saw, very, very disappointing, 11.85. So
let's not forget that England are still to compete on the uneven bars. But this is Ashley Brennan. Commonwealth Games debut. She did compete on the balance beam as well. Full in tuck. She's on her feet. Good girl. Lat full twist. Double pivot. Leg it horizontal. Not keeping it there. It'll be devalued. Such a small girl, but packed with power. 2.5 twist front salt. Nice leap series. Good flexibility. Got to hold it together. This last tumbling pass, it's vital. Double pike. Oh,
huge.
Spot on.
The local crowd love it. She's a hometown girl. She comes from Melbourne. She was the National Clubs champion last year after a year off almost with injury in 2004. But she has performed at the very top level for Australia here tonight.
Here's one of her tumbling rows. Round off, 2.5 twist, punch, front tuck. She definitely could have added a full twist in that last somersault. And the double pike finish. Nailed it.
Well, she finished 4th in very strong international competition in the Massilia Cup in Marseille last year, and she certainly lived right up to that in this performance tonight.
Nikki Downing.
So England in the silver medal position at the moment, and
Nice
looking
combinations.
to try and bridge what seems to be an impossible gap. But nothing's impossible.
Nice pirouette work to catch her. Overshoot to handstand. Every landing for England is vital. Double full in. Small step. She'll be happy with that. You see the relief on her face. There's the handwork. Blind 1.5. Straight into blind full. Just have a look at her Tkachev. Could do with a bit more amplitude. Not as high as the Aussies.
That's a good score.
Absolutely. 14.05. Should be
14.05.
ecstatic.
But England, in all honesty, need 3 scores of that magnitude or better.
Preferably better.
Canada, having completed their routine, sit and wait on the outcome of the beam routine for the Welsh. They're just completing their warm-up on the beam and will commence the competition shortly.
The crowd is anxious.
Imogen Cairns on uneven bars for England. Needing a 14.5 or a 15.
Jump to handstand. Shikoshkinova. Pack salto. Got some great connections. Line full. Ginger. It's a bit low. Leg separation. Double pike dismount. Well done, Imogen. Close look at the hand. There's the release. And the dismount. Double pike. Small step.
Becky Downey before her stood 14.05. Imogen Cairns 13.35.
You see them cheering their teammate on. It's all about teamwork tonight.
Ashley Brennan 14.05 for Australia.
Fantastic effort. And here's our individual leader at the moment, Holly Dykes. And her mum. Big wave, thumbs up, they're happy. But I'm sure they're going to be nervous once she gets out there. Peggy Liddick, national coach, waiting to see what Holly does.
Discard score on floor for Australia almost certainly will be Chloe Sims. She had it an 11.85.
Let's hope that Holly can be consistent like she has on the other apparatus and be just as elegant and exquisite in her form.
Well, a 15.5 on the beam is going to be hard to match on floor. But she's confident.
She's most certainly prepared.
2005, representing Australia, Holly Dykes.
First tumble row. Full in pike. Nothing wrong with it. 2.5 punch front. Very classical style. Front tuck, just saving it. Double pirouette, gorgeous. Split full. She just has to hold it together. This last tumbling pass. Australia is depending on this landing. Just fighting for it.
"15-year-old Holly Dykes on the biggest stage on which she's performed to date. Cannot take the smile off her face. She's glad it's over.
She fought her way through those last two landings.
But she'd love to go and do it again.
Absolutely. We would love to see it again here in the stadium.
You just, it wasn't because of your leg or whatever. They just did a terrible front four. It was what it was.
Well, the whole team are ecstatic with her performance.
Here's the 2.5 to his punch front. Bouncy as anything. Here's the elegance of her floor routine. Expression. Double pike dismount. It's opening out a little bit early, but just keeping her hands off the floor. Again, the double pike. Could have lifted her hips a little bit higher in the beginning. Here's the reactions. Becky and Holly embracing. Having a few quiet words.
A 14-0-0 that keeps Australia solidly in the gold medal position.
Manette just needs to go out and have fun. There's no way that anyone can catch them.
This is the final routine for Australia. Monette Rousseau, World Championship bronze medalist.
Bronze medal team at World Championships 2003. Representing Australia, Monette Rousseau.
A huge roar from the crowd. They know, just as she does.
This is the apparatus that she's been most affected by with her injury. You can see it taped up there. Lay-out foot twist, up foot twist. She's downgraded in her difficulty to save her ankle. 2.5 twist, whoa, bouncing outside the floor area. Double pirouette, leg it horizontal. Third tumbling pass. Relatively easy one, double twist. But going for quality. Crowd's involved, clapping her through it. She's jet a half. Just for the last tumbling. Double pike. Ooh.
Solid gold.
Australia's got the gold for sure.
Solid gold performance from Monette Rousseau, and without doubt by a substantial margin that clinches the gold medal for Australia in the women's artistic teams competition. England will take the silver. This is unofficial. We'll get confirmation shortly as we see a replay here of Monette Rousseau.
Here's the 2.5 twist where she ran outside the floor area. It's too much power. When her ankle's fully recovered, she'll put the difficulty right back in. The double pivot, dropping a leg just before the double pirouette. The double twist, rebounding backwards slightly. And the double pike to finish. A little bit low the shoulders, but solid as a rock.
Well, that, as I said, clinches the gold. There's no doubt about it. Waiting confirmation of the scores, but Australia will take the gold.
They know
England, the silver. There's still a question mark over the bronze because Wales are still competing. Their second last performer is on beam as I speak, and for Monette Rousseau, 13-5. Yes, that'll do it. confirmation of all of this, but the Australians don't need any confirmation from anybody. They know that the gold medal by
Yeah, sharpness on the side.
Well.
Is similar.
now Beth Tweddle is going to, well, what's happened here?
I would say that she's going to be marching onto the podium
She's
for the medal ceremony.
Yes, I was going to say she can't compete. Melanie Roberts from Wales to conclude the competition on beam.
Nice front salt mount, back salt combination. Front pike. Good layout, step out. She's off. 0.8 deductions. Plus execution. It's breaking.
Canadians will be watching this very closely.
Front aerial. Another wobble. Full turn. Should be coming close to the end. Wales is depending on this dismount. And a double pike. She's on her feet.
Well, this might do it, you know, for Wales.
We'll just have to wait and see.
They could snatch the bronze medal from Canada.
It depends on how the other athletes from Wales went.
Australia have the gold. England have the silver. The unfortunate Beth Downey, who remained on the start list, although she didn't compete after injuring her ankle in final podium training, will collect a silver medal with the England team.
Canada's looking comfortable, though.
Still awaiting that final score for Melanie Roberts of Wales.
But whatever happens, the Welsh girls have never come forth in the team event before. So it'll still be history making for them tonight as well. But the Golden Girls of the evening, Australia, taking out the gold medal.
Congratulations to Ashley Brennan and to Chloe Sim, Holly Dykes, Monette Russo. There's Melanie Roberts scored 12.8.
Ladies and gentlemen, please thank the gymnasts in today's competition.
Competition's finished. The athletes leave the floor. And Australia gets their first gold medal for the gymnastics artistic competition for the Commonwealth Games, Melbourne 2006.
And the medal positions confirmed: gold Australia, silver England, and Canada hold on to the bronze, but Wales, outstanding performance to finish in 4th position in the competition, ahead of Scotland and South Africa, New Zealand 7th, and Malaysia in 8th position.
But look at that gap, would you? 8.25. Australia obviously
Holly
of a
Dykes
higher international standard.
could hardly contain her excitement. Same goes for the other Australian girls and for the crowd.
There's some English supporters.
Canadians and the English know that they're going to have to raise the bar, because they were considered to be big threats for the gold here.
Holly Dykes qualifying first, 58.55, followed by Manette Russo, 57.1, and Elise Hoffner-Hibbs, 56.65.
Ladies and gentlemen, please thank the judges and technical officials.
Well, Australia's done well the last two
Australia's
evenings.
done extraordinarily well, haven't they?
Qualifying first for both individual finals in the men's with Joshua Jeffress, and in the women's, Holly Dykes.
Well, the highlight performance has to be that of Holly Dykes for Australia, without doubt.
Without doubt.
Topping the individual qualification.
And the beam.
And the beam, 15.5 on beam, the highest score for any performer on any apparatus.
Some highlights from the competition tonight.
And lowlights.
Lowlights going down. Close-up work of the hands. I love these shots. You just get to see what really goes into it, particularly when there's spills like that.
England, well, they missed Beth Tweddle.
Here's the girl of the moment, dismounting from that awesome beam routine. And her mum's reaction, one of relief and excitement.
And Dad trying to pretend it was all cool, calm and collected. The standings for qualification for individual apparatus. Firstly for floor, Ashley Brennan, Holly Dykes, Australia. Imogen Cairns, Hoffner-Hibbs for Canada. Monette Russo won't qualify. You can only have two from any one country in the individual apparatus finals. Rosalie Hutton from Scotland. Van Rooyen from South Africa. Good performance by her. For the vault, Van Rooyen also makes it there as well, but Chloe Sims and Naomi Russell, the top two for Australia in the vault final. Brown for Canada, Cairns for England. Ghazi from Wales, excellent. And Hoffner-Hibbs as well. Hoffner-Hibbs topped the qualifying on the uneven bars. Monette Russo's there for Australia, along with Naomi Russell. Holly Dykes won't qualify. As I said, only two per country to qualify. Siobhan Church there for England, along with Becky Downey. And Holly Dykes, Monette Russo qualified for Australia on beam, but not actually Brennan, unfortunately, although she was third highest. Hoffner-Hibbs, Chloe Sims again doesn't qualify for Australia. Frankie Van Rooyen for South Africa. Helen Galashan from Scotland, nice to see her there, and Becky Downey of England. Wow, Australia is so powerfully represented in all of the apparatus finals.
Dominating, I would say, is more the word. We could go out and win every apparatus.
Medal ceremonies coming up, the medal presentations following this women's team final. What a night of competition. You just never know when athletes walk out onto the floor how it's going to pan out in the finish.
Some avid supporters wearing green and gold. I would say the other countries green with envy and Australia golden.
Well, I think it's amazing. I think the Beth Tweddle non-performance impacted on Canada as much as it did on England, because it then threw the Canadians into a head-to-head contest with Australia.
It certainly did. If Beth had have competed, England would have been so much stronger, and then it would have made Canada
Well, the
sort of
pressure
out
would have
their
been
own
off them.
limb.
The pressure would have been off Canada.
That's true, and then they wanted to go head-to-head with Australia, and it put the pressure on them, and they folded under that pressure.
And I think the fact that after a lot of uncertainty, Minette Russo competed on all four apparatus, that helped to increase the pressure on the Canadians as well. And the younger Australian girls, Holly Dykes in particular, have just come through with absolute strength.
They certainly have, and you know, although Chloe Sims had a not so great day today, she's still qualified for the all-around finals, because you can have 3 girls from a country. So she's got another chance, clean slate in the all-around tomorrow night, to come out and show everyone what she's really made of. Australia could really go 1, 2, 3, just like we did in '98 in Kuala Lumpur.
The load was too much to carry for Elise Hoffner-Hibbs for Canada, I felt, and if there was a letdown for the Canadian side, it was the experienced Gail Mackin.
She did falter tonight. I mean, perhaps, you know, limited preparation. I know last year she was out with injury for much of the year with a back injury, so, you know, fighting that off, it's always in the back of your mind, and perhaps not quite getting her consistency back. But we all must remember that this code of points only came out the 1st of January. The girls have only had 2.5 months to get the code of points, change their routines, put them all together and get consistent. They all did a fabulous job tonight.
For the medal presentation ceremony following the women's team final.
But no matter what colour that medal is, all those girls should be proud of the performances tonight. And that they're up there winning gold, silver and bronze. We can see there that Beth Tweddle has joined the English team. It's very unusual for an athlete who didn't compete to be a part of the medal ceremony.
Accompanied by Mrs. Slava Korn, technical delegate of the International Gymnastics Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the bronze medal, Canada. Alyssa Brown, Brittany Habib, Elise Hoffner-Hibbs, Jenna Curtis, and Gail Mackey.
All the girls from Canada now have their bronze medals hanging around their neck, proud as punch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the silver medal, England.
Big cheer for England. Brave performance. And medal or not, a big disappointment for Beth Tweddle not to be able to compete. And barely able to walk, in fact, still, as she's out there with her teammates and congratulating the Canadian team and receiving their congratulations in return.
I was saying that it was odd for a non-competitor to still be a part of the medal ceremony.
Well, I can't recall it happening.
Oh, neither can I. But she did still play an important part out on the floor.
Siobhan Church, Hannah Cruz, Becky Downey, and Beth Tweddle.
Church, Imogen Cairns. Becky Downey at the other end, just receiving the bouquet. Get the clues. And of course, Beth Tweddle. Wearing a different leotard to the other four.
I would have thought she'd packed a long sleeve leotard in her bag. But there you go. Silver medalists.
Wait for the crowd to erupt.
Ladies and gentlemen, Commonwealth champion and gold medalist with a score of 172.6, Australia.
Ollie's family.
What a moment for the gymnasts and for the families.
Not only for the families as well, the coaches, they deserve a medal as well, the support staff, the physios, the doctors.
Didn't realise Holly Dykes was so tall.
I think they're all just very short. They're about my height. They're all about 150 centimetres on, probably an average. Naomi, the taller of the team. But it's also the team manager for gymnastics, Karen Meyer's birthday today.
Naomi Russell, Robert Russo, and Chloe Sims.
Star of the show.
And a moment that they will always remember for the rest of their life. Being crowned the winners of the team competition, Melbourne 2006.
Ashley Brennan, Holly Dykes, Monique Russo, Chloe Sims, Naomi Russell.
And there comes the Aussie chant.
Well, I guess the local fans feel that they're entitled.
They surely are, without a doubt.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Australia.
It was a commanding performance by a margin of 8.25 points. Australia, the women's team gold medal, 172.6. England the silver, 164.35. Canada the bronze, 162.55. The Welsh team finishing in 4th position, Scotland 5th, South Africa 6th, New Zealand 7th, Malaysia 8th, Bermuda 9th, India 10th, and Northern Ireland 11th in the women's team artistic gymnastics competition at these 18th Commonwealth Games. No rest in less than 24 hours. The girls will be back for the all-around competition and the men even sooner. Both of those finals to be decided tomorrow here in Melbourne. We hope you can join us for our coverage.